Why, hello.
Well, hello there. We're back.
We are back. Welcome to yet another very special episode of Indie Mayhem.
Have we had
Again,
other very special?
we
Oh,
have.
there was the Christmas special.
There was the Second Chance Loser episode.
That was very special.
That was very special.
Okay, sorry.
I think,
Go on with your spiel.
I also think that the semifinals were very special. And I think the final two episodes will be very special. So it's been about 50%.
Very special. Okay.
Yeah.
And the
Regular. I mean,
Christmas show.
our Indie Mayhem is like having children. They're each special in their own way, or like developmentally disabled adults. So, anyway, Indie Mayhem is the show where all the guests, all the contestants, and the hosts are all indie creators. I'm Ron Lahr,
I'm RJ Burchett.
and we are your hosts. Tonight's episode is special for two reasons at a minimum.
The two of us.
For four reasons at a minimum. First, the two of us. But second, it's live. All of our previous shows have been edited, so all you've seen is perfection. But don't expect that tonight. Second, it's composed of deleted scenes almost exclusively. We'll just play as many as we can and talk about each of them until we run out of time. So let's play.
To say.
No, we'll keep playing clips even if we don't have anything to say till we get to the 30 minutes. Let's play our number one deleted scene right now.
If your breath could smell like any famous person's, who would you choose?
David.
William Shatner's.
Oh, that's a wise choice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't drink as much anymore. So.
No. What is
And,
this?
and he has a wig as well, and I need one.
How so?
Hmm?
What makes you say that?
Why do I need a wig?
Yeah.
Because my head gets sunburnt very easily.
Wear a
You
hat.
might also consider a hat.
I don't like hats as much, you know.
Comb over? You just start.
Yes, that's-
I don't know.
I love that. No one will know.
Yes. So that was from our first episode ever. And you can see that we lost control a little bit there. And I mean, I very much enjoy that clip, but it is only a 30-minute show. So once the conversation went off the rails, you know, we had to cut something. Not all the scenes that get deleted are scenes or are questions that we didn't like. Sometimes the show's good, not normally, but sometimes there's a lot of good stuff, you know.
Yep.
But
And we just have to choose what do we keep.
right. And it was hard to justify spending that much time talking about David Green being bald, you know, until
We
now.
We thought viewers could pick that up sort of on their own.
Right, until now. Now we want to talk about it.
Yeah. If you
But
hadn't
in that
noticed,
show, we didn't want to.
David is bald.
He is. I didn't notice the first year I knew him.
No, he hides it very well
Yeah,
With
he's
with the beard.
lifts his head up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just, it's like, oh, he's
Smart.
hairy.
he's smart. All right, let's
Right.
move on to clip number. Oh, wait, I should go to the comments. I'm sorry. We had some people join us and say hi and hey. And Madeline's trying to save us from ourselves. She's saying, you love all your contestants. And then she had a quibble with me describing the previous shows as perfect. But then she said maybe I meant Velveeta, which Velveeta is perfect, melted perfection.
True.
You
It's a
know,
little
what they,
incoherent, but it's
you know
sort
what
of
they
a
say. You know what they say about Velveeta? Smooth coming out.
going in, smooth going out.
All right. Okay. Let's go back to the clips. Oh, hell, while we're doing this, please like the show and subscribe to the GoIndieNow channel and take away this comment. All right. Enough begging. We'll go to
Hitler testicles.
an emoji because we're so hip. There we go. All right. Clip number.
How many testicles did Hitler have? And bonus, why is this an actual historical question?
Adam.
Nobody really knows, but it's suspected that he has 2. And the bonus is because the Russians put something into the effect that he had a non-descended testicle, but that may have just been in there to mess with people's heads.
Excellent. I think he gets full 2 points on that one.
That is true.
Wait, there's an option for a 3rd point if you can sing the related song.
I would take points away if you did it. So don't fall for that trick. All right.
So
I
this
did
is
steal that from an old George Carlin album, but it's also historically true.
well, this is a tough one for me because on our second
He did answer the question correctly.
on our second day of filming, we filmed 3 episodes, and at the end of the day, we had 1 episode. So we had to go back and redo those 2 episodes, but we couldn't get the same people on the same show, so they got all mixed up. And as lazy people, when Robin and I tried to reuse questions from those episodes, we couldn't do it so that somebody who hadn't been on the show wouldn't get exposed to the question. We screwed up. So Adam was on one of the shows that was lost, and he knew that question and answer, and he very brazenly just put it out like it was his own knowledge.
Just spit out exactly the answer.
Yeah, there was
been
no
spoon-fed
hesitation.
before.
Yeah, no hesitation, no shame.
It was brazen.
Yes, and that is a guy who would do whatever it takes to win.
Mhm.
And he did win, made it to the semifinals, but then in a fit of karmic justice, he did not win his semifinals round and make it to the finals. So
Ruthlessness is not always ruthful.
no, about half the time it's successful on our show, though. I mean, according to this data.
Yeah.
So that was from episode 4, which has the most clips of any show in tonight's episode. A distinct honor that really says nothing about the quality of the contestants, but a lot about our skill at writing good questions.
We got
early on
worse
in the
after
season.
episode 4, or
Well, I think we got better, but early on, there's more clips per show than later. So anyway, here we go.
From The Wizard of Id, the king is a what? The Wizard of Id comic strip. The king is a...
You have to guess something because we can't move on until then.
yeah. I learned over time that not everyone is as old as I am or as infatuated with really old forms of entertainment.
It is hard to guarantee that everyone on the show will be ancient.
Yeah, we tried. A lot of them are wrinkly, but they're really younger than they look.
Yeah, skin damage or sun damage.
Yeah,
on their skin.
they've just been suntanned. So
But-
it was.
By
my
the way, there's
mistake.
more comments to put out. One is Anita did not know about the Hitler song. So
Well, if she accepts my friend request on Facebook, I will point her in the right direction. And I friended her because there was something I wanted to send her that involved blades. That's all
so
I'm
you're
gonna
sounding a little desperate. That's all. I'm just Joe Compton says hello to everybody, and Anita says shameless Adam, which I think we
Yeah.
should now all call him. if
Shameless
we
Adam.
can remember to do that.
Yes.
All right. So I'm not sure why this clip is in here, so I'll just leave it to you. But
As writers, you should appreciate that.
was that like the first? Was that like the first special effects show?
That was the first episode in which I discovered special effects, and I was very enraptured with this particular special effect.
Well, let
I
me see.
made everyone in my family watch it multiple times, and they mostly nodded and said, "That's very interesting."
Oh, such a cruel father.
As writers, you should appreciate that.
I was just fascinated how my eyes would open and yours would close.
Well, we've trained together a long time.
Yeah, we worked hard at that.
So the next clip is actually from a question that was featured in one of the real episodes, not like tonight's episode. But we need it for some context for the next clip. So here we go.
What is your spouse or significant others or whatever? What is their worst quality? If you don't have anyone special in your life right now, just sigh and say, I'm alone. Josh?
I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone.
Good to hear that.
Yes.
I relish your pain.
All right. A couple of things. One is in the original show, it just went once. We didn't play it over and over again.
And the other
Um,
people had something to say.
Yeah, this was
Their
edited for this
spouses
show.
are hideous. We couldn't play it again.
Yeah, and then I want to say that I do not, in fact, relish Josh's pain. I mean, I do relish it, but I want to say that I don't.
Right. Well done. You've
Thank
fooled
you.
everyone.
I think so. People are so dumb. All right, here's the next clip.
What group of people are the worst drivers? Let's start with Josh.
So, anyone that lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and the reason why is they do not look when they turn. I was walking down the street, and I literally watched two cars turn left without actually looking as they turn and hit each other right in the middle of the road. Neither of them looked. I saw it literally right there. One of them had it, would have prevented it, but it's not just them. So, anyone that lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and the reason why is they do not look when they turn. I was walking down the street, and I literally watched two cars turn left without actually looking as they
I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
However, it is only a half-hour show, so we're going to have to
No
move
worries.
on.
No worries.
Yeah, he kind of went on there a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not here to say that the reason Josh is alone is
It's not
because
what we're saying.
because he talks a lot. I mean, you've seen the clips. We're just
report.
putting it out there.
You decide.
There you go. Also, a quick tip for any future contestants: answer the questions maybe without telling a story. Save your stories for the after show, Talking Indie Mayhem. So, oh my God, we have a ton of comments. I've been very
And
busy.
first dates.
Oh, uh-oh. Although Anita's sticking up for us. He does like to talk. And he has put out, because of that, he has put out like
He's put
Yeah.
out? Can you can
over
confirm that
800
personally?
episodes. He has put out over 800 episodes. As
Oh,
far as I know,
sorry.
he is still a virgin because
Okay.
he is alone. But all right. Anyway, enough comments. Let's get back to the excitement. Let's see here. Oh, good one. This is from now. Now we're moving to a new episode.
According to Ray Bradbury, at what temperature does book paper burn?
Ooh.
Jim.
I'm going to go with 451 Fahrenheit.
That's right. Good, slow remembering.
I thought that was the temperature that the bodies burned of the people that they caught with books.
Nope, that was the book paper.
No, that's cooking them at way too high a temperature.
Well, no, it was too.
You would ruin all the
world.
Yeah, it would be dry and tough at that point.
I do appreciate Jim's attention to barbecue etiquette and
Well, I love this clip as well. I mean, it was a testament to how great episode 5 was. Excuse me, that this got cut because, as everybody knows, talking about cooking people so you can eat them is comedy gold. And we had to get rid of it. But this next one is a tough one for me.
Who can name Isaac Asimov's 3 Laws of Robotics?
Rob.
Okay, first you have to cut the onion horizontally, then you cut it vertically so that when you slice it, you get perfect squares. Oh, wait,
Close.
did you
Not
say Isaac
making a
Asimov?
joke.
I thought you were talking about Gordon Ramsay. My bad.
No, it was close. I think.
Anybody know it?
I think we're gonna move on from this one.
All right, I'll just say I thought he was asking you to say who would be able to do it. Like, name, tell us who could do it. And I'm like, oh, I got this idiot friend. He's a big Asimov fan. He can do it. But anyway, that's not what he meant. I thought it was.
Why was it a tough one for you, Ron?
Well, because I 100% approve of what Rob was trying to do there. He didn't know the answer, so he made what I believe was to be a joke. I'm just kidding. He made a joke, and I get it, because this is supposed to be a funny show, but somehow, perhaps because of his shaky internet connection, the joke didn't work, or as they say in the biz, it didn't land.
Didn't land. We're going to blame the internet connection.
But he tried, and other times we just have dead silence when we ask a question and nobody knows.
It's true.
The mark of an excellent question, a perfect question. And then, so I appreciate it. He didn't want downtime, and he was, really in the spirit of things, but it didn't work out.
Yep. And we are halfway through, Ron. So
oh my God,
consider playing a commercial now. One of our early commercials before we got more sophisticated.
It's very early, and I just want to say this features RJ heavily, and RJ was the person who picked the commercial that would be played in today's episode.
And many of the clips. I'm like, gosh,
True.
There's a lot of clips with me in here, but
yeah, he's really.
What can I say?
Really
I'm beautiful. I'm compelling.
Okay, here we go.
Our most important sponsor of all, because it is us. Hey, it's our book. You Get What You Steal. It's our final sponsor, and we have a treat today. RJ's going to read a tiny excerpt, very tiny.
They're discussing a magical gun of sorts. Does your gun cure headaches? It's not just a gun, Clint. It's called DAZ for Dial a Zap. I got it off this guy from the future. Said he was a defense contractor and he was going to make big bucks running advanced arms to primitive civilizations in the past. Clint chuckled. You don't really believe that, do you? I don't know. I shot him with it just to be safe. You what? Well, we don't want people doing that kind of thing, do we? I used the denude and debilitate settings, and he scampered away like one of those little hairless monkeys. How much of this are you just making up? Clint asked. It's hard to tell, isn't it?
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's great. I loved it. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
No, we should talk about it a little bit. One, they should buy the book.
Absolutely. It's available on Amazon, and it has a great title.
Wonderful title. I agree with both of those things. That's true. All right, now I feel like we've exhausted the subject. So,
play another clip.
All right, I do. So one of the things that has happened during the course of the season is we've learned a lot about some of our contestants unintentionally. But this next clip demonstrates that
there were some clothing malfunctions that.
Is Alzheimer's tragic or hilarious or both?
Oh, God.
JF?
Tragic, simply because you're watching them go down. And you kind of want to kill them off at some point to, give them mercy, but, it's illegal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I won't say it's hilarious, but it can be useful if you don't have a lot of interesting stories to tell, because you can tell them the same story over and over and over again.
Which, yeah.
No, I totally do that.
Yeah.
My mom has Alzheimer's, and sometimes I'll say something that's sarcastic, let's say, and she'll laugh, but she'll be offended. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. You're not going to remember. And then I just punch her right in the face.
Because she's not going to remember that either.
Yeah. Why do I have this big bruise? No one knows.
No one knows. You keep falling down. Yeah. Well, that's a light note.
I'm kind of surprised that didn't end up in the episode. But
It
we
was
did learn.
It was a great episode, and there was
that's true.
There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that is true. It is.
We have some more clips from that episode coming up here.
Yeah, you make a good point. But we did learn some scary stuff about JF Posthumous with the murdering.
And the murdering.
And then I also feel like I realized this wasn't going to be used as, part of the show, and just, started talking about abusing my mother, which I rarely do. Much more rarely than it seems like in this clip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
but
we're
the next
2/3 down now, so you better get on with it.
The next clip is about tenacity. About us not giving up when we try out a question and then have to cut it from the show. So,
what group of people are the worst drivers? So your answer can be gender-based, it can be race-based, location-based, like a certain state. It could be, all right. I can see you all have answers. I just want you to understand that this question is about you sharing your prejudice against a certain group with us. So just, most people probably don't want to make it racial, because this will be on. I'm just saying. It's just, we care about you guys.
He tried to ask this question before, and we had to do a lot of editing. It got dark. It got dark fast. And I'm like, and now I'm scared when I drive around.
There really are a lot of races. I don't know if you guys know about North Idaho, but we're right next to North Idaho, so
yeah, okay. New area and homelands.
Let's just start with JF.
Me?
Yes.
Charlottesvillians. People from Charlottesville are horrible. Road rage, just
I've heard that.
Horrible.
Have
horrible
you?
drivers.
All right, I'm just going to cut off their answers because the best part of it is already over, and we're running out.
Fair
of time.
enough.
Running out of time.
Yeah. Play the next one.
All right. Worst drivers are men driving trucks while wearing hats. That's true. We said no racism, not no sexism. That's good.
It's true. She hates men.
She does. All right.
Wearing hats, driving trucks.
All right. So there is nothing funnier than racism, as this next clip demonstrates.
From the Wizard of Id, the king is a what? Tell us about an ethnic joke from your childhood that should not be repeated today. You don't have to tell the joke, just tell us about it, and we will still judge you harshly for ever having heard it.
Well,
let's start with Francis.
Look, being Asian, I heard a lot of Asian jokes about me. So yeah.
I just love how much Francis laughs and how the other two were just cringing with embarrassment.
Yes. By the way, Joe voted for the worst drivers being in Atlanta. No, yes, that is great. And again, I mean, just demonstrates how much awesome stuff there was in that episode that we had to cut such fun stuff. And then here's the last one. Yeah, last one from their episode.
William Shatner's 1966 indie horror film Incubus was filmed in what made-up language?
Again, I'm sorry. I know weird stuff, and I.
Well, I look at it as here's why we ask different questions now on the show, because I mean it has one answer, even though I feel like people should have been able to reason this one out. I didn't know it, and my guess was still Esperanto in my head. Because,
really?
Yeah, there's only one language that was not made up for a show. Like Tolkien made up language for the elves,
or Klingon.
but there was only one language that was, created out of whole cloth that could reference that movie. Anyway. Just to say, I'm smarter than those three contestants. No,
fair enough.
Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh, there's a comment. Well, that's close. Very close. All right, here we are at episode 8. Oh my God, Robin is still using this question. Awesome.
From the Wizard of Id, the king is a what?
Well, I really thought it was going to be Jamie again. This is for old people.
Yeah,
great
no,
thing-
I
Oh,
gotta
go ahead.
try.
Well, the great thing is, you're hoping for an old person to answer it correctly, and eventually an old person did successfully answer it.
It wasn't
although
funny.
as an old person, it took him forever to get there, and he wasn't
Right.
sure. It
Yeah.
was, and then it turned out not funny, so it still got cut. But
Yeah, that's
live and
that's
learn.
satisfaction for you.
Yeah. All right. So, boop, boop, boom. And I know I look older than RJ because of the gray hair and everything, but RJ is actually older, and based on the questions that he used to ask, substantially older.
The 1972 novelty hit, The Laughing Gnome.
Yeah, great song, by the way.
I don't have anything more to say about it, but I will talk about the next clip by saying that you love absurdist questions,
It's true.
and they haven't always worked out and made it into the episodes.
Often not worked out.
But this one you would not give up on.
If it takes a chicken and a half, a day and a half to lay an egg and a half, and it takes 11 pounds of gauze to make an elephant jockstrap, how long does it take 2 men to row across the Atlantic with a crowbar?
Alexander.
I'm going to say 3 miles.
3 miles.
3 miles.
Not the right unit of measure, but I'm going to take it because it was
Really,
an
out of
answer.
that question, there's an accurate unit of measure.
I still love that you seem so disgruntled that Alexander uses an unexpected unit of measure. I mean,
It's
just
how long? That's time. It's
true, but I feel like the nature of the question may have caused people to have gotten a little lost along the way. All right, we got to
Not
move
my
on to
fault.
this next one because we have asked a lot of questions about nicknames during this first season.
Yes.
And when we were young, nicknames were vicious things. And I mean, obviously, because we're apparently still so traumatized that we both keep asking
3 minutes,
questions.
Ron. Fire it up.
Damn it!
What was your most embarrassing childhood nickname? Michael?
Green Pooper.
Green Pooper. All right. There's a story
It
there
was-
that I don't.
It was a rough time.
I hope it comes up on the after show.
Okay. That was so sad.
I wish we could have had that in the after show, but
Yeah, he didn't show up. As I remember, he had something come up, so he didn't make it to there. But
leprosy. I think it was leprosy.
the contestants don't always answer the questions that we ask.
Question for each of you. What is the most impressive felony you've gotten away with?
Madeline.
Smoking weed?
Hopefully it's not a felony.
That
It
could be a felony
your
in
state.
Oklahoma,
Yeah. So, all right. Good.
Bob?
A skinny dipped at a wedding.
Ooh.
Good.
So you guys don't know what felonies are, right? Is that
Yes,
what we're
but
learning
I've
today?
never actually done
Don't write-
anything that level.
Don't write crime procedurals. That's all I'm saying. Michael? He looks like he knows what a
I have
felony is.
defaced a giant public building with graffiti. And I got away with that.
Still kind of a misdemeanor.
I mean, it's impressive because all three of them did it.
Right.
All right. Here's a clip where the contestant brazenly ignores our request to be funny.
What's a better way to end the sentence? If it's first you don't succeed, Madeline?
Don't give up.
I mean, that's just good advice. That's not that anyway. And she's one of the best contestants we've had this season, who made it all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
And
And got her own after show. So,
and got her own after. But even
you know.
she does not always provide the kind of answer we're always looking for, which explains why the show normally isn't live. So we can fix that. Oh, we're getting close. All right. Oh, so that's it. We are done. That was the last one. We made it. So here, the motto of the show.
All right. We'll edit all that out.
There you go. So that is it for tonight's deleted scenes episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks for another very special episode of Indie Mayhem, exclusively featuring RJ and myself. You do not want to miss it. So, but before we go, thanks to all the contestants who've been on the show so far. Please buy their books. And thanks to our sponsor, us. Please buy our book, all of our books. And additionally, remember,
it's always time to go indie now.
Bum,